Thai Poultry Group Company Limited, or TPG for short, is an internationally certified chicken slaughterhouse for export that is a member of the Chawiwan Group of companies. More than 120,000 chickens are processed daily. The chickens from company-owned and contract farms are transported daily to the slaughterhouse. Upon arrival, the chickens are rested for at least 30 minutes prior to unloading. The processing starts as the chickens are then hanged gently by trained workers on moving shackles en route to a stunning water bath. The stunned chickens are then slaughtered according to the halal standard. It then undergoes a process of bleeding, scalding, and defeathering. The dressed chicken carcass passes through a series of automatic evisceration steps where the eviscera pack is separated from the carcass. Parts of the eviscera, such as the liver, heart, and gizzard, are cleaned and readied for export. This process also applies to the chicken paws. The chicken carcass undergoes a final cleaning and then is sent to the water immersion rotary chiller to bring down the carcass temperature to below 4 degrees Celsius to retard bacterial growth. As the chickens come out of the chiller, they are rehanged and transported to the cut-up room. The chicken carcass undergoes a two-stage cutting process. The first cut-up stage, called anatomical cutting, is separating the chicken into its anatomical composition, such as the leg meat, the breast meat, wing parts, and inner fillets. This is followed by the second cut-up stage, called specialized cutting, where the chicken meat is cut up into strips, cubes, or any special shape with a certain weight range. The cut-up chicken meat parts are then bagged. Those destined for domestic consumption are temporarily stored in chiller rooms prior to delivery. Chicken meat to be exported are placed on trays that are stacked on trolleys and frozen in blast freezers. After achieving a core temperature of at least -20 degrees Celsius, the frozen chicken meat is then cartoned and stored temporarily in cold storage prior to loading in reefer containers for shipment abroad. TPG practices and implements standards in animal welfare. Chickens are delivered from the farm in open, secured trucks in slatted crates to ensure good airflow. The number of chickens per crate are controlled to ensure that the chickens do not get hurt during transport. Upon arrival at the slaughterhouse, the chickens are rested for at least 30 minutes in a holding area with proper air circulation, temperature, and humidity control. Crates are unloaded gently and hanged by care by workers specially trained on animal welfare. Breast guards are installed to calm the bird and restrain them from struggling. The chickens are then stunned through a grounded water bath that should last for at least 12 seconds to prevent the chickens from feeling pain during slaughtering. TPG implements a HACCP program that controls biological, physical, and chemical hazards. In terms of biological hazards, aside from the meat samples sent for microbiological testing, TPG implements very strict temperature control, not only on the meat being processed, but also on the environment where the meat is being processed. Meat temperature out of the water chiller should not exceed 4 degrees Celsius. Meat during cut-up process should not exceed 7 degrees Celsius. Meat stored in the chiller room should not exceed 4 degrees Celsius, and frozen meat should have a temperature of at least -18 degrees Celsius. The cut-up room should have a temperature of not hotter than 12 degrees Celsius, while the anteroom temperature of 0 degrees Celsius. Physical hazards are controlled through manual checking of the chicken meat for foreign matter such as bones, feathers, and other unwanted matters. In addition, it is mandatory that all packed processed chicken meat, chilled or frozen, should pass metal detection to guarantee it is free of any type of metal contamination. For some cases, upon the customer's requirement, the meat is also passed through an X-ray machine. As far as chemical hazard is concerned, chicken meat samples are sent for microassay and pesticide residue testing to guarantee it is free of unwanted chemicals. In the factory, only food-grade oils and lubricants are used in the factory equipment and machines. Detergents, sanitizers, and other cleaning agents used are all from the approved legal list. Inks and glues used in packaging are also guaranteed food grade as a means of protection in cases when migrations could happen. You can be assured that chicken meat from TPG not only would possess the highest standard of quality, but it is 101% safe for human consumption.